I have a big surprise for all of you, which I'll reveal in the middle of the movie. Conny's nightmare begins. In Jon Holmberg's action-packed thriller Trouble, we are introduced to Conny, an unsuspecting salesman who finds himself entangled in a deadly web of crime and deceit. The film kicks off with an ordinary day for Conny, but everything quickly spirals out of control after he gets caught up in a murder he didn't commit. What follows is a gripping narrative filled with betrayals, desperate attempts to escape, and a battle to clear his name. Let's delve deep into how Conny found himself framed, who was behind it, and whether justice prevailed in the end. The movie opens in a dimly lit parking lot where a drug deal is going down. Enter Luca, a seemingly random bystander who happens to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Armed with his phone, Luca witnesses something he shouldn't, a drug transaction in full swing. As the police raid the scene, Luca records a crucial moment, capturing a figure transferring a bag of drugs from one car to another. This act sets in motion a chain of events that will affect several lives, most notably Conny. Unfortunately for Luca, the masked assailant involved in the heist notices him and begins to pursue him, intending to eliminate any witnesses. Meanwhile, Conny is leading a completely different life. Engrossed in his routine job as a salesman at an electronics store, he is divorced and shares custody of his daughter, Julia, with his ex-wife. Julia, who adores horses, longs to visit a horse ranch, but Conny can't afford it. His ex-wife's new husband, Tom, offers to take Julia there, which leaves Conny feeling inadequate and competitive. Determined to prove his worth to his daughter, Conny decides to work overtime. His boss assigns him the simple task of installing a television at a client's house, a job that will soon take a deadly turn. Conny's fate changes when he goes to Mimi's house to install the television. Mimi is in a rush and leaves Conny to finish the job while she runs errands. Little does Conny know that her husband, Luca, has just returned from the fateful drug deal. Shortly after Luca arrives, he is attacked by the masked assailant who had been chasing him. The assassin brutally kills Luca, while Conny, wearing noise-canceling headphones, remains completely unaware of the carnage taking place in the next room. By the time Conny discovers Luca's lifeless body, it's too late. To make matters worse, the masked assailant assaults Conny, leaving him dead. When Mimi returns home, she is greeted by a horrific sight. Her husband lying dead, and Conny crouched beside him, holding a screwdriver. In her panic, she assumes Conny is the killer and calls the police. Conny, despite his protests of innocence, is immediately arrested and framed for Luca's murder. This is the beginning of Conny's harrowing journey through the criminal justice system, where he is sentenced to 18 years for a crime he did not commit. Conny's life in prison is grueling. He struggles to adapt, haunted by his wrongful conviction. However, a glimmer of hope comes from an unexpected source. Diana Wilson, one of the police officers who initially interrogated him. Diana feels a nagging doubt about Conny's guilt, driven by a gut feeling that the pieces of the puzzle don't quite fit. Despite the case being closed, Diana conducts her own investigation and discovers that Luca had been at the drug deal just before his death. This revelation opens up new possibilities, leading Diana to believe that Conny was framed. Back in prison, Conny clings to Luca's last words about his phone. He becomes convinced that the missing phone contains evidence that could exonerate him. When he overhears inmates talking about a secret tunnel used for escape, Conny devises a risky plan. He will escape, meet with Mimi, and convince her to find Luca's phone. Then he will return to prison before anyone notices he's gone. Conny's escape goes according to plan, but convincing Mimi is another challenge. Initially, she refuses to believe him, but when she finally finds Luca's phone, everything changes. She watches the video Luca had recorded and is stunned to see Helena, a decorated police officer, involved in the drug deal. Helena had been secretly stealing drugs during the police raid and had chased down Luca to silence him. Now that Mimi knows the truth, she contacts Conny, but before they can take action, Conny is apprehended by the authorities. Diana's involvement deepens as she becomes determined to prove Conny's innocent. Her investigation uncovers more disturbing truths about Helena's involvement in the drug trade. Now the time has come to reveal the surprise. I will give 10 USDT to one of my first 100 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe. Back to the movie. When Diana visits Conny in the hospital, Helena tries to kill him to cover her tracks. Diana arrives just in time, and the two manage to escape together, though now they are both fugitives. With Luca's phone destroyed, Conny and Diana are forced to rely on another lead, the footage stored on the television at Mimi's house. They return there and recover the video, which clearly implicates Helena. Now armed with proof, they just need to find a way to expose the truth. The final showdown, exposing the real criminals. In the movie's climax, Conny and Diana track down Conny's lawyer, Hassa, only to discover that he has been working with Helena all along. Hassa had been tipping off Helena about drug deals, allowing her to steal the stashes and sell them on the black market. The plan had been highly lucrative, but it came crashing down when Luca filmed her in action. Conny and Diana use a clever trick to get the police involved, and during a tense confrontation at a hotel, they manage to project the incriminating video on an elevator screen. Helena's scheme is finally exposed, and she is arrested, along with Hassa and the drug lords. With Helena behind bars, Conny is exonerated of all charges. He is finally able to walk free, thanks to Diana's unwavering belief in his innocence. The film ends on a hopeful note, suggesting that Conny and Diana's bond may evolve into something deeper in the future. Trouble delivers a heart-pounding narrative full of twists, tension, and betrayal. Jon Holmberg's direction keeps the audience on the edge of their seats as Conny's story unfolds. In the end, justice prevails, but the journey is fraught with danger and uncertainty. Conny's tale is one of resilience, hope, and the lengths one will go to for the truth.